This is your home for the Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live.
Alford is going to hand it off to Cody Buck up the middle, lowers the shoulder into the end zone.
Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors. 48 years of Hayden tradition and excellence. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com.
Bergen going to set up Padgett nicely. Carr with his third rebound, kicks it to Talon Torres. Now Ryder and I going to try a mid-range jump shot, and that's good. Bailey Smith open in the corner for three, up and in. Third goal from the four. He'll swing it out right side, looking for the corner, the end zone, and he will make it. Another Bulldog touchdown.
It's time for the Bulldogs on your home for Baldwin High School Athletics. Baldwin Sports Live.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting year of Baldwin City Bulldog Athletics on Baldwin Sports Live. My name is Ryan Hilmer, and I am blessed and thrilled as always to be here, and also happy to be joined again this fall by our good friend Jackson Blakely, who, as many of you know, is the boys' JV basketball coach in the wintertime, meaning he can add some unique perspective on some of these young athletes. So we look forward to that, and we'll hear from Jackson shortly. But for now, we both welcome you into the Baldwin State Bank pregame show as we set up this Week 1 matchup between the visiting Iola Mustangs and your Baldwin Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll look at last season's recap for Baldwin and also preview what this year's squad looks like under a new head coach in Jeff Melcher. It's all going to be coming up next year on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has been proudly serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 33 states while producing over $1 billion in annual sales. Shad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Shad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community in which we serve. Our roots run deep within Baldwin City, and our commitment is deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we are here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for 131 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
New charges related to insurance fraud and theft.
Ripping off about 90 homeowners. Stewart ripped him off.
The roofing industry is rough these days. Hometown Construction is Baldwin City's very own hometown solution for roofing and siding needs. We know there's more important things than just money. We give detailed estimates and on-site supervision during all projects. We focus on one job at a time so that you have our undivided attention. Contact us today. Go Bulldogs!
Welcome back here to Baldwin Sports Live. This is the pregame show, and it's brought to us by Baldwin State Bank. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business, money management, loans and credit, or saving for retirement, go and see Baldwin State Bank. For over 130 years, they've helped serve our community. So go enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. Well, the calendar has flipped to September, and there's a hint of fall in the air on a cool Friday night here in the heart of eastern Kansas as the lights have been flipped on at Liston Stadium, which means high school football is back on the air, and we couldn't have asked for a more picturesque setting in this opening week matchup, and one where the Bulldogs will be looking for some revenge on the Mustangs after a 23-20 loss to start last season. It was a pretty competitive game last year that included a late scoop and score from Jackson Rood to make things interesting late, but Iola came away with a win by a field goal. Rood also had 9 tackles defensively to go along with 4 catches and 82 yards receiving on offense. Quarterback Bryce Alford also had a good game, completing 16 of 36 of his passes for 270 yards and a touchdown, and also had 9 carries for 58 yards and a touchdown, but he did throw 2 interceptions in that game, and turnovers were a part of what came back to bite Baldwin, not only in the opener, but at various points in time last year. They finished with a -7 turnover margin, so going to be looking to improve on that this year around. Both of those guys I mentioned are back this year, along with big running back Creighton Frost and some other playmakers like Max Harvey, Colton Collum, and Ethan Williams. The Dogs also returned 3 of 5 starting offensive linemen, but gone from last year are 10 seniors, including a couple of big-time linemen who helped lead the way for the Dogs, in Brett Davidson and Jake Van Horn, both of which received all-league honors on the O and D lines. Another big storyline this year is a new head coach and longtime assistant, Jeff Melcher, who has over 20 years of coaching experience, both at the junior high and high school levels here in Baldwin and in Lawrence. With that, Baldwin says thank you and bids farewell to one of the coaching legends in Kansas high school football history, in Bob Lischer, who finished 7-28 in his 4 seasons here at Baldwin, but had a winning record overall in his 29-season-long career at 166 wins and 123 losses. Lischer was a 2019 Hall of Fame inductee into the Greater KC Coaches Association and was a 5-time Coach of the Year. But as we bring in my partner, Jackson Blakely, Coach Melcher perhaps brings a fresh perspective and a new voice to help lead these young men and have injected a little bit of life into this program. So let's hope, Jackson, that this year Baldwin can stay healthier, number one, and be able to show some improvements as they bring back the majority of what's been a pretty young team the past couple of years. And now though that young team has had some time to grow and develop as athletes and young men. So what are your thoughts on this year's version of the Bulldogs and how a new head coach can kind of revitalize a program?
Thank you, Ryan. First off, happy to be here back in beautiful Baldwin City. It's perfect weather out here.
No doubt.
To start the season off, I really think something that Coach Melcher is going to want to emphasize is the trenches on both sides of the ball. More specifically, the first 2 steps after the snap. Where's the weight pushing at the front? And I think the offensive defensive line for both teams here will be able to push the momentum in their way if they can really get things clicking early. Another thing is simple gains. It's the first game of the year. You know, you're not getting that deep into the playbook. How are we going to be able to keep it simple for the guys? First game of the year, but also still make it matter, make it matter when make it happen when it matters. And lastly, second level defense. I know you mentioned that we're losing 2 defensive starters, and Brett Davidson and Jake Van Horn. They were some of the leading tacklers, so we're expecting senior Brendan O'Connor to step up in that second level and be a big part of this defense. And also people like Creighton Frost, Bryce Alford's also playing on the defensive end, Ethan Williams, Tucker Flory, Jackson Rood, some of the mainstays you saw on the team last year. We were a very young team last year. We had those top seniors, but a lot of sophomores and juniors last year. So really hoping to see some of those younger guys step up going early into this year and hopefully start off strong and continue the momentum as the season goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. You make a lot of great points there. And I'm just curious, coming from your perspective as a coach, like I said earlier, for the JV boys basketball team, what do you kind of tell the team game one? You know there's probably going to be some mistakes, but you can't harp on those things. You just got to, get the nerves out of the way early, maybe get a couple of easy completions for Alford, give Creighton Frost a couple of handoffs and get the guys going early. But what do you tell them kind of before the game?
You nailed it right on the head. It's first game of the year. Emphasize, we all know it's not going to look pretty, but who's going to execute when it matters most? If we can establish who that is early, kind of get them the ball, maybe start us off strong. Just like basketball, you don't want to come out too fast and chucking up threes. You kind of want to start seeing the ball go in, maybe with some easy layups to start, get some plays going, maybe some early runs to the inside to Creighton Frost and try to create early pressure on the defensive end. That's just about how I would talk about it.
All right, well, we'll see how the Bulldogs come out here in the home opener. We'll open up this 2025 football season, but first we'll take a break here, and when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the visitors, the Iola Mustangs. This is the Baldwin State Bank pregame show on Baldwin Sports Live.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
When it comes to building your dream home, quality matters. For residential or commercial, Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry brings precision, passion, and Baldwin City pride to every project. They specialize in complete home build and custom cabinetry to help your dream space become a reality. For a free quote, call 785-248-0698 and follow them on Facebook to check out their latest projects. Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry. Built local, built right, built for Baldwin City.
Welcome back here to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. It's time now. Let's take a look at the visiting Iola Mustangs. They finished last year at 4-5 and lost to Prairie View in the first round of the playoffs. They lose 4 all-league players from last year, 2 linemen, 1 wide receiver, and 1 linebacker, but do return 2 all-league performers from last year in Trey Wilson and Easton Wesselo. Those will be 2 names you'll hear quite often tonight. Those are 2 of their playmakers. Iola is also a very well-coached team. They return several other very good skilled position players, including the ones I mentioned there in Wilson and Wesselo. It is Coach Doherty's 9th season at the helm for Iola, so they are a good program overall. They built something nice there. In terms of some guys coming back from the matchup last year, they all have the same quarterback in Austin Crooks. Last year, he was 4 for 11 through the air for 26 yards, had 4 carries for 8 yards. Easton Wesselo had 19 carries and really carried a lot of the load, had 86 yards and 1 touchdown a year ago. Nick Bauer, one of the wideouts, had 2 catches for 51 yards. And Trey Wilson, that I mentioned earlier, had 11 carries, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. And you think that's interesting coming from a wide receiver position, having 11 carries and 78 yards. Well, if you remember back, this team runs a ton of jet motions, and they will try to get out on the edge and outflank Baldwin. So the defensive backs and outside backers, the DN is going to have to play really strong tonight for Baldwin on the edge. Defensively, Trey Wilson and Jaden Bean each had 1 interception last year as well. I mentioned earlier, Alford had those 2 interceptions. That's something Baldwin's going to have to do a lot better at this year, is keeping possession and not giving away turnovers, and also trying to get some turnovers of their own. What do you take away from last year's matchup, Jackson? I know it was a year ago, but like I mentioned, that jet sweep action was really what they did a lot of. They even ran a trick play off of that, if you remember, where Wilson came, got the jet sweep motion, and then threw a 42-yard pass or something like that down the field. So Baldwin's going to have to be prepared for everything. What are you kind of expecting from this version of Iola? I know we don't know a whole lot, but what are you planning on seeing tonight?
Well, expect to see much of the same. You got a long established coach there on the sidelines for Iola, so expect much to see much of that jet sweep action. What I'm going to be looking to see is how are the defensive backs and how are the second level defense, the linebackers, the edge rushers, how are they reacting to the motions, and how are we getting to the ball? Last year, I know you mentioned that Jackson Root scoop and score. Tucker Flory also had an interception that was called back that game. So this defense has shown spurts against this team, and now that we are more experienced and ready to go, we're healthy now. That was a big thing last year. Maybe not so much early into the season, but especially as it drew on, got a lot less healthy. So that's going to be another thing to look out for, especially early in the season. You might see a couple of, cramps on the sideline. Got to make sure to take care of those. But just making sure we're keeping the eyes on the ball, make sure we know where the ball is going, but also keep care of our assignments.
Yeah, you mentioned the injuries last year, and they really piled up for the Bulldogs in a lot of key positions, and that started with their quarterback, Bryce Alford, that went down in game number 3 in that Burlington game in the second half is when he went out, and then some more key injuries started to pile up as they lost Ryder Nye last year, Creighton Frost late in the year, Gunnar Reichert went down, Michael Newman, Ian Bryan, Jake Van Horn. I can keep going on, but at various points they lost some of these guys, and Baldwin was just playing shorthanded last year. But given that they were still pretty competitive in 3 of their losses last year, they definitely had chances to win some games. And so they're going to try to improve on that 1-8 record from last year. And that one win was just that forfeit win. Osawatomie was unable to field the team, but I think some optimism has made its way into this program with the new head coach, Jeff Melcher. I talked to him a little bit this week. He said some of the goals for the year are just to grow as a team, change the culture, and be able to compete to win games in the fourth quarter, just to be able to stay in these games and compete all the way through. Mentioned earlier, he has coached previously in Lawrence and Lawrence High and West Junior High, and 13 years here at Baldwin between the high school and the junior high. 11 years in Baldwin, 13 years in Lawrence. And offensively, he's going to be running what is known as a gun tee offense. It's power concepts, a lot of RPO. So it's going to be kind of fun, Jackson, I think, to see that style of offense. I know last year it was mainly kind of a spread you out offense, and I think Baldwin's going to still do that, but we might see utilized a few more wings this year, some H-backs, and a few of those kind of jet motions that we were talking about for Iola, because you got a lot of playmakers. It's not just Creighton Frost back in the backfield. Alford can make some plays with his legs, but you got Max Harvey, and you got Ethan Williams, Jackson Rude, like Colton Collum. I mean, these are all guys that are great athletes. You know them well, and I think they should be able to make some plays as well. So what do you think is going to come from the Baldwin offense here tonight?
Well, I think the most important part is having 5 seniors on the offensive line. At least that's what we have listed here. You mentioned 3 of them were starters last year coming back. And I think that experience, even though maybe not all of them were starting last year, they all got play time. They've all been in the program for a long time. Yes, it's a new coach, but that new coach has been here for a very long time. So they're used to him. They kind of know, they kind of have a good idea of what they are being expected from him. So I think that's going to be an important part of the game. Kind of like you mentioned, we have the personnel to, yes, spread them out, but also we got a lot of speedsters. Creighton Frost, more that power running back, but you mentioned Max Harvey, Ethan Williams, Jackson, all guys that can create with the ball in their hands in open space. So it's going to be really exciting to see what we can do in the open field and past the line of scrimmage when we get ahead of it.
And then defensively, it looks like Baldwin this year is going to be running more of a 3-3-5 defense. Coach Melcher mentioned that he brought in his own defensive coordinator, somebody he really trusts, and he's going to have a pretty hands-off approach with the defense. But 3-3-5, that's going to be a lot of defensive backs. I think this day and age, Jackson, that's kind of the way football has headed, that a lot of guys want to spread you out and get you going left to right instead of north and south. We mentioned that especially with Iola trying to get around the edge and run some of those jet sweeps. So it'll be interesting to see on both sides of the ball. That's kind of always the way it happens with a new head coach. You want to see the things that are a little bit different. Obviously, there's going to be the same sort of players. These guys have now had another year to grow, as we mentioned earlier. Pretty young team the last couple of years, but now you're coming into that time where a lot of these guys are going to be upperclassmen. I mean, Alford's a junior. Creighton Frost is a junior. Jackson Rude, he's a senior, I believe. Yeah, Max Harvey's a junior. So you got a lot of upperclassmen in these guys that we've been talking about. And you made a great point on the offensive line when you returned 3 of the 5 starters. That's a good beginning. I'm kind of guessing a little bit on the other 2 starters. We're all going to kind of find out together who's going to be actually starting. But that's one thing that I kind of noticed from the roster as well, is that Baldwin's got some big dudes this year. They got some size.
Got some big boys out.
Coming off the bus, they look a little bit better. It's like a little intimidating. So as the Bulldogs take the field here, they're wearing all black unis tonight with the white helmets, purple trim, and boys are fired up, ready to go as we are getting all set for kickoff here at Liston Stadium from Baldwin City, Kansas. It should be absolutely perfect weather for football. I mean, it's probably upper 50s, maybe 60 degrees.
It's perfect football weather.
Overcast.
I'm happy.
I mean, we're going to get ready to play some tackle football. Well, this has been the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Personal service from people who care. That's what you're going to get at your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business, money management, loans and credit, or saving for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 130 years, they've helped serve our community. So go enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at the Baldwin State Bank. So we'll step aside here. We'll have the national anthem shortly, and then we will be back in ready to kick off this 2025 high school football season with the Iola Mustangs visiting the Baldwin City Bulldogs. We'll be right back after this.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For unbeatable service, there's only one choice you can count on. Clint Davis and the team at One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning have been keeping Baldwin City comfortable since 2011. Whether you need quick repairs, seasonal maintenance, or a brand new system, Clint and his team have you covered. Schedule an appointment today by calling 785-393-9329 and sign up for the preferred maintenance plan for special discounts. One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning, the choice for the comfort of your family.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For unbeatable service, there's only one choice you can count on. Clint Davis and the team at One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning have been keeping Baldwin City comfortable since 2011. Whether you need quick repairs, seasonal maintenance, or a brand new system, Clint and his team have you covered. Schedule an appointment today by calling 785-393-9329 and sign up for the preferred maintenance plan for special discounts. One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning, the choice for the comfort of your family.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
All right, welcome back here on Baldwin Sports Live. Baldwin won the toss and they want the football. They will receive to start this season. And we are just about set to go here. As Baldwin's going to look for some revenge. Iola leads this series 4-0 all time. Last year was the first time they had played since 1922, as far as my records could show. So it's been a long time, but good to renew this matchup. Baldwin going to be looking to get their first win over the Mustangs here tonight. The captains out at the coin toss were Jake Stavanis and Brendan O'Connor, a couple of those offensive linemen, senior offensive linemen that are returning starters. Hunter Barnhart is that third returning starter we talked about earlier. It looks like Jackson Rude, Ethan Williams back to receive. Can't get a number on the third one yet.
Casey or Wrigley.
Okay.
Wrigley Hammer.
Sure is. Wrigley Hamrick, the 6 foot, 155-pound sophomore back there. So Rude, Hamrick, and Williams back to receive. And to kick it off for Iola will be Cale Pratt, the junior. Should mention our presenting sponsor on Baldwin Sports Live back for another year is Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Shad and Penny Sheldon are your Baldwin City area brokers. You'd like to schedule a tour anywhere or browse the properties, go to HaydenOutdoors.com or call 785-821-2666. Tell you more about Hayden Outdoors a little bit later. A short kickoff headed towards the sideline, and Collum actually catches it right before it heads out of bounds. And Baldwin's going to start there at the 30-yard line for their first drive.
Early opportunity to start off with some good field position, potentially taking the penalty, but either way, Colton Collum receiving it, taking a step out of bounds, still get the ball at what looks like the 30-yard line. Pretty good field position to start the year for Baldwin.
So out trots the junior quarterback, 5'11", 160-pounder, and Bryce Alford. with 16 for 36, 270 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions in this opener last year. That was by far the most pass attempts of the year for Alford. He'll hand it off. No, he pulls it, and he's coming out right side, has a first down and more. And he gets dragged down not before he's out across the 45-yard line. So a nice play on the read option. Alford pulling it, getting about 16.
Already Bryce Alford showing off the threat he can be, using his legs, faking it to the inside to Creighton Frost. The whole defense bites, able to get on the outside, finds the space for the first down on the first play of the year. Hopefully we can continue that success on every play.
100%. We're trying to get that lineup on the offensive line. Jake Stavanis is the left guard. I think that's Hunter Barnhart, or Jake Stavanis left tackle, Hunter Barnhart the right tackle. This will be a jet motion and hand it off to Ethan Williams coming near side, cuts it back, has a little bit of room. And a nice gain out there past midfield into Iola territory.
You see Baldwin kind of new offense already showing their pre-snap motion, wide runs outside of the line, being able to make some moves in open space and take advantage.
It's an official timeout. I think we got an injury out there, and that's number 77, Brody Peters, the junior, hobbling off a little bit for Iola.
Baldwin opening it up. They just look a step faster out of the locker room. I know it's only 2 plays into this game, but
look pumped up, don't they?
They look pumped up. You've seen every play. The offensive line are bashing each other's sets in almost in excitement. So see how they continue the momentum here on the first drive.
So Tucker Bradley is the center. The right tackle is Hunter Jatala, a 6'3", 260-pound senior. There's Creighton Frost, first carry up the middle, and he rumbles ahead for another Baldwin first down, and they are moving the football here on this opening drive.
And it's that early push up front from the offensive line that's able to get these runners into space to the second level, to the third level. Creighton Frost showing off. Just because he's a big body doesn't mean he doesn't have good feet, makes a move, gets to the third level for another first down for Baldwin.
Head coach is Jeff Melcher. Assistants for Baldwin, John Bass, Jesse Austin, Danny Peacock, Grant Bachura, and Daniel Flick. Once again, starting from the shotgun, he'll give it off to Frost one more time. He'll take it off left guard. Another nice gain of about 7 yards.
Good push up front. Creighton Frost also pushing the line up. Gains an extra 3 or 4 yards after contact. That's what you're going to get out of them, and that's hopefully what we'll see as this game goes on. How are we going to wear this Iola defense out? And I think the running game is going to be a simple answer to that.
So left to right on the offensive line, Jake Stavanis. Hunter Barnhart, I believe, is the left guard. Tucker Bradley, the center. Brendan O'Connor at right guard. And Hunter Jatala, the right tackle. Split out wide near side is Max Harvey. Column up top. They'll fake it one more time, and keeping it is Alford. Left side, he's got some running room. Makes a man miss. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
In a big play by Bryce Alford, again, showing off the threat. He can be with the ball in his hands in open space. Couple slick moves right into the end zone for Baldwin's first touchdown of the season, and hopefully one of many as we go on.
Couldn't have scripted an opening drive to go any better if you're Baldwin. And they'll line up in the swinging gate formation. Frost will be the snapper, Alford the holder. And we got a kicker this year, number 40, Homer Rice, 6 foot, 165-pound senior, who's also on the soccer team. And he bangs it through. Nope, no good. Off little wide right. So a 6-0 start for the Bulldogs, and they have an early lead. We'll take a break and be back with more Bulldog football after this.
When it comes to building your dream home, quality matters. For residential or commercial, Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry brings precision, passion, and Baldwin City pride to every project. They specialize in complete home build and custom cabinetry to help your dream space become a reality. For a free quote, call 785-248-0698 and follow them on Facebook to check out their latest projects. Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry. Built local, built right, built for Baldwin City.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community in which we serve. Our roots run deep within Baldwin City, and our commitment is deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we are here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for 131 years and counting. Come
We're back here to Baldwin. 6-0 lead for the Bulldogs after an opening drive touchdown. They will kick this thing off to Iola. Colmer Rice missed his first extra point attempt of the year.
The refs asking the front line, Iola to back up.
Back to receive is Cale Pratt. Can't get the other number, but they do kick it to Pratt. We'll try to take it right side and gets Bulldog to the ground. That time by Jackson Wheeler, the 6'1 sophomore.
That kid is a real athlete. Will be fun to watch throughout the season. Obviously, he's going to be getting some special team snaps, but I wouldn't be surprised if even throughout this first game, maybe not, but throughout the season, he gets snaps on both sides of the ball because he is a real athlete. He can play any position on really both sides of the ball wherever you need him. So it'll be exciting to see how players like him throughout the season get kind of pushed into the offense, pushed into the defense, and how they react.
So Iola will start their first drive from their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10. They'll snap it and taking it up the middle for hardly any gain, maybe a gain of 1 yard is the quarterback, Austin Crooks.
A little quarterback draw there from Iola, just not getting anywhere. No early push up front, and a good stop by the Baldwin defense at the line of scrimmage.
Hunter Barnhart, Ty Daly on that defensive line, along with Taylor Wilson. This time they'll give it to Cale Pratt coming out here near side. Not much going there, maybe a gain of a couple.
Big open field tackle. The Baldwin's collapsing onto the ball. Big tackle from number 6. It looks like Casey Hamrick.
Yeah, that is.
Hype and excited after that. Baldwin, both sides of the ball, look, just have that extra quick step, got the energy to start the game. Interesting to see how Iola respond here on this 3rd down.
Creighton Frost and Brendan O'Connor, a couple of those linebackers, along with Carson Shannon. They'll try to throw it near side and nearly picked off by Tucker Flory. Jackson mentioned in the open that Tucker had an interception in this opener last year that was called back from a flag. But a great opening drive on offense, followed by a great opening drive on defense. And they're going to force a 3-and-out as Williams and Rude will drop back to return this punt.
You know Tucker Flory is going to want that back. He's a quick kid, and if he was able to hold on to the ball, he had one person in front of him and nothing but grass after that. If he was able to make a quick move.
They do get the punt away. It's a short one, picked up by Max Harvey, spins away out of a tackle, and now will get ridden out of bounds and hit a little bit late. No flag on the play. That's where Baldwin will take over their second drive offensively. Going to be in plus territory at, let's see, the Iola 43-yard line.
First possession, Baldwin started off with pretty good starting field position on their own 30. Now starting the second possession here from, as we mentioned, Iola's 30 or 43 rather. Excited to see how they continue that momentum from the first possession, if that O-line push is still there, and how they look to capitalize off of this great field position.
Dogs picked up a couple of first downs, scored a touchdown on 6 plays. Their first drive. Williams comes across the line left to right. They'll run speed option. Pitch it out to Frost. He's barreling his way through the defense and has a gain of close to 10. Be close to a first down. Depends on the spot.
Creighton Frost again, so good at finding extra yards after contact. Even when he has 2 or 3 Mustangs all over him, he finds a way to get an extra 3 or 4 yards. Not quite pushing the chains, but getting into a favorable second down, maybe look for Coach Melcher to potentially draw up a shot here on 2nd and short.
Yeah, so they gave him about 9 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
If I'm Coach Melcher here, I want to start off hot, 2nd and 1. I want to take a shot here.
Miles Massey is split out here near side. They'll give it off to Frost once again. That offensive line giving a great surge up front, and another gain over about a dozen yards that time, and another Baldwin first down.
Who needs a shot play when the offensive line and the running game are as in sync and in tune as this? Another great game by Creighton Frost, a great push up front. And Baldwin really taking advantage of this momentum they have on the ground game right now.
Yeah, yet to throw a pass attempt so far.
Haven't needed it.
That's right. If it's working, why change?
Exactly.
That's actually Ty Daly is the left guard, a 5'10", 220-pound junior. Now they'll try to throw it. Alford dropping back to throw. Can't find anyone. Scrambling out to his left. Breaks the tackle. Cuts back inside. Alford making more plays, and he might have another Bulldog first down.
He's been fun to watch here early. Looking for his reads off the drop back, not finding anything, but staying composed, being able to tuck the ball, find space, and then make moves in space, not just going down, trying to make something happen. And a big gain again for Baldwin. Looks like they're going to give him a first down.
Tucker Flory's checked into the game. He's the slot receiver up top. Column split up wide. Harvey the wing. They'll once again give it off to Frost up the middle. That time, pretty good job by Ethan Hunt.
Creighton Frost finding extra yardage. He was met at the line of scrimmage, still was able to bulldoze through and get an extra 3 or 4 yards.
Iola player that's down and writhing in pain around the goal line up the 1 or 2 yard line. That's, I think, Alston Nelson. No, that's 75. That's Ramon Baldwin, the junior, but he is in some pain. So the athletic trainer is going to go out, check on him. Gary Stavanis back as the athletic trainer full-time now here in Baldwin. Have a new athletic director in Dayton Valentine.
Next Tuesday, September.
They check on him. Let me tell you about our presenting sponsor, Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. I mentioned that Shad and Penny Sheldon are your Baldwin City area brokers, and they would like you to discover the Lone Star Haven. It's a 120-acre farm near Lone Star Lake, Kansas. It offers a mix of open hay fields and recreational opportunities. This farm is perfect for hay production or grazing while also providing an excellent habitat for wildlife. To learn more or schedule a tour, go to HaydenOutdoors.com or call 785-821-2666.
The PHS Student Council is selling 50/50 raffle tickets to Wet Trace Bones.
Another one of our great sponsors here on Baldwin Sports Live is Rice Precision Manufacturing. The family-owned company right here in Baldwin City. They service many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. With state-of-the-art machine tools, Rice Precision provides a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits. It's the perfect place to start your next career. To find out more by emailing jobs@rice-precision.com. And they have helped Baldwin up to his feet. He is walking very, very gingerly over towards that sideline.
Getting help on both sides. I hope it looked like a leg injury he was kind of pointing or indicating at.
Hopefully he's going to be all right. That's something you don't want to see, especially in week 1 of the football season. But meanwhile, Baldwin has been moving the football. Now 4 first downs. Scored a touchdown on the 6th play of their opening drive, and play number 5 is coming here from the red zone.
despite the injury timeout, still trying to keep that momentum that they've had for the first few minutes of this quarter. Had some time to think about this play. 2nd and 8. So Coach Melcher and Iola defense blame for each other.
2nd and 8 yards to go.
Arson Shannon is the tight end attached on the left side, is 6'4", 205-pound sophomore. They'll roll Alford out right side. He's looking for Shannon, and he's got him in the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. What a start for Baldwin.
Coach Melcher set that up beautifully. Run. One pass play did fall early on the possession, ended up being a run. Here they set up the play action. Alford runs out right and finds an open Shannon in the end zone. And a quick 2-score lead here for Baldwin with about 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
But there is a penalty flag. That was very late. I didn't even notice it, honestly. I was writing down touchdown on my drive chart. But they're actually backing up the Baldwin offense. I guess it was a holding call. So that's a bummer. Take 6 points off the board. Let me X out the touchdown I wrote down. Let's try to do it again. Shannon once again attached left side. Harvey, the wide out up top. Flory and Miles Massey on the near side. Frost to the right of Alford. Now a timeout going to be taken by Baldwin.
Looks like some confusion or miscommunication on the field. Coach Melcher is calling a timeout just to regroup, especially after a big penalty comes down, or that brings down back a touchdown rather. And I want to regroup the guys and
maybe
the next couple of plays.
Refocus them a little bit. To your point, Jackson. Yeah, you're so up, you get a touchdown, you're celebrating in the end zone, and then all of a sudden you look back and there's some laundry on the field. You got to try to do it all over again. So, yeah, either a little bit of misalignment or just trying to get them back on track here. But that is the first timeout taken by either squad. We got 5:39 left on the first quarter clock. As you can tell, we got a new score bug this year on Baldwin Sports Live, and it's beautiful. We got some new toys to play with, some new software we're running this year. So replay availability, we'll see how that
still not quite
rolls out. Yeah,
we'll how it works, but
bear with us, in other words. But should be a fun year, and I'm excited. This has been a great way to start it so far, with Baldwin scoring a touchdown on their opening drive and threatening once again here in the red zone. Harvey comes from left to right. They'll throw a little bubble screen to Harvey. Some great blocking out there from Tucker Flory. Harvey, lowers his shoulder and gets drugged down about the 10-yard line.
Big hit with Max RJ. He does have the biggest frame, but you can tell he's not afraid to contact, lower the shoulder, and just laying over the defender. Good tackle in open field by the Iola defensive back. But love the physicality. You want that physicality. You want to see that out one of your what we're hoping to the stars of the offense.
Absolutely. So I'll work with 3 wideouts again. Shannon, the tight end, attached left side. Frost to the left of Alford in the shotgun. And now a timeout going to be taken by Iola. Coach Doherty wants to talk about it. He is the head coach, as I mentioned, in his 9th year for Iola. Assistant coaches for them are Bo Foster, Trey Howard, Doug Kerr, Ethan Sigg, John Taylor, and Isaac Vink. Once again, everybody will huddle up and talk about this upcoming red zone play. It's going to be a big 3rd down and 8 from the 10-yard line for Baldwin. Where are you going here if you're doing the play calls, Jackson? You going to keep it on the ground, maybe roll Alford out?
There's a good reason I stick to the hardwood.
That's fine.
But 3rd and 8, you're probably going to dial up the pass. We have good playmakers like we've already seen here early in the game. Maybe another bubble screen to Max Hardy, Ethan Williams, Tucker Flory, or an intermediate slant, drag route, and hope one of our playmakers can create something in space and fight for a first down or even a touchdown. Where it's 3rd and 8 from the 10-yard line, so might as well be 3rd and goal.
Yeah, they can still get a first down if they get inside the 3-yard line, but don't score. I think they want to just punch this thing in. Rude is the slot receiver. He's going to look right side for Colton Collum in the end zone. And he brings it in for a Bulldog touchdown. Big Collum, that 6'6" frame. Some of you guys might recognize him from basketball and starting summer and huge for success last year. And looking to play a huge part in the success of the Baldwin football program this year. Got big frame, able to throw it up high as they just did, and he's able to high point the ball and bring it down for another Baldwin touchdown. He's a big target out there at 6'6", 190 pounds, the senior. And Alford put it right in stride for his first passing touchdown. Alford now a rushing and a passing touchdown, and this time the extra point is perfect from Homer Rice. And Baldwin goes up 13-0.
A nice little milestone for Homer Rice's first career made.
And he's coming off scoring a goal in their first game of the season.
Soccer team.
Yeah, the soccer team won in Ottawa, I believe, was where that game was at, 2-0.
People Farthing he scored.
Yep.
Game, I believe.
Landed on in the second segment of halftime, doing a little Baldwin sports update on all the other sports going on that maybe we haven't covered yet. We do have a volleyball game coming up on the air on Tuesday, and that'll be a duel against Osawatomie at home. So we're looking forward to seeing the volleyball team in action on Baldwin Sports Live. But right now, the football team's looking pretty good, up 13-0, 2 straight touchdown drives, and 1 3-and-out forced defensively. They'll kick this thing back to Iola.
Now coming back on the offense, Iola, after this kickoff, looking to kind of kick it into gear after 2 very good offensive possessions from Baldwin. How is Iola going to respond after, they've only had 1 possession, a 3-and-out, I believe, and Baldwin's had pretty good 2 productive drives. Everyone keep the ball under through Iola.
Good kickoff this time. Taking that's Cale Pratt. He'll go right side and be drugged down that time by number 45, Knox Holloman, who was somebody that was highlighted by Coach Melcher when I talked to him earlier this week, the 5'10", 145-pound freshman. I asked him, who are some of the newcomers or freshmen that have impressed you and might get some snaps, and Knox Holloman was one of those names. Jet Rude was another, and a couple other guys that might see some snaps here tonight. So Iola is going to start with this thing. Well, actually, a holding call is going to push them back a little bit further. So that'll be a good break for Baldwin. It means they're going to start inside their own 20-yard line at about the 18. For their second possession.
Baldwin lining up on defense, 6 in the box.
Casey Hamrick is the cornerback down here. Creighton Frost involved in that stop, along with Brendan O'Connor, a couple of other Bulldogs, only about a 1-yard gain. Up the middle. Braden Westerman, the sophomore, there with the carry. Tucker Flory is another defensive back. Jackson Rude, Max Harvey, Casey Hamrick, and also Wrigley Hamrick, 6-foot sophomore, was another one of those guys that Coach Melcher told me has made huge strides this year. Pretty decent game that time by Kevon Loving, sophomore.
Good gain, good push up front. The running back able to find some space, find the hole at the line, and shoot through for a good gain. 3rd and 3.
3rd down and about 3. From the 25-yard line, we'll see if the Bulldogs can get off the field again. Couple of wideouts here on the near side from the shotgun formation. Crooks will give it off on a jet motion coming near side. Flory wraps him up and waits for help.
It's a huge tackle from Tucker Flory. Great blocking by the Mustangs on the outside to kind of create a lane, but you run out of blockers and one-on-one on the outside. Tucker Flory, great ankle wrap tackle to prevent a 1st down and potentially get Iola off the field.
We'll see what they do here on 4th down and 3, whether they're going to punt it away or stay aggressive and go for it from their own 25-yard line. This might be just a pooch punt. Trying to get in. Cale Pratt is the punter. He's not the usual quarterback, so he's there. They do punt it away. And trying to avoid any sort of return. It does take a Mustang bounce, and it's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, and that's where Baldwin will take over for their third possession. Look good so far, 2 for 2 on touchdown drives. We'll see what drive number 3 brings. Good punt there from Pratt. That took a really nice Iola roll, got another about 10 yards. That's kind of the reason you do a pooch punt, is so the defense can't send anybody back to return. I had a feeling they were going to punt that, though. Here we go, right from the 31-yard line. First down and 10, 2:49 left here in the first quarter. Alford will go from the shotgun. A couple of wideouts left side and a wing right side. Also a tight end. Gives the handoff off to Creighton Frost. Makes one guy miss. Cuts it up the middle. And still going. Dragging defenders past the 45-yard line. And another Bulldog first down.
Creighton Frost making a great move at the line of scrimmage to get the linebacker out of his way. Able to chug along for an extra about 12 yards after that. Big play here for Baldwin. And, man, their running game does look good to start.
Boy, they look good. I don't know if it's the black on black jerseys with the white helmets. I like the way they're looking. Man, they're moving the football right now. Approaching midfield at the 47-yard line, make it the 48. Williams, one of the wideouts here, and he'll go in motion. Same play up the middle, and this time Iola is going to stack Creighton Frost up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there.
Iola's best play on defense, able to get 2 of the defensive linemen past the line of scrimmage, able to make contact before Creighton Frost is able to get that full head of steam by the time he reaches the line of scrimmage and able to stop him right at it.
68 Rohan Springer, Jr., that was first in on that stop. Minute 30 left here in the first quarter. Alford once again from the shotgun, takes the snap, going to look to throw left side, looking for the corner route. Jackson Reed's out there, and it's in and out of his hands. Couldn't come up with that, but Alford put that ball right in his chest.
Yeah, that was a rocket. That was a frozen rope about 15 yards right to him, and Jackson Reed just making a play at full speed, almost diving. It's a hard catch.
That's a tough play.
Yeah.
I bet if you ask Jackson, though, he would say he's got to make that catch. Next time, I'm sure he will.
It's a tough catch to make as your first target of the year. So, but Jackson Ruled the type of guy to just keep his head down, one play at a time. He's already looking forward to the next play.
From Brazil.
Creighton Frost checks out of the game. He's now getting some water on the sideline.
That's going to come in the first quarter.
Baldwin has one tight end, a wing, and a couple of wideouts. Into the game is Wrigley Hamrick, the 6-foot sophomore for Frost at running back, and this play's blown dead. They say a false start, but no, it's just a timeout from Baldwin. That'll be their second charge timeout. And we will go ahead and just step aside with them here. We'll be back with more Bulldog football after this quick break.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street, or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery family.
Back here, 3rd down and 10 for Baldwin. Looking to convert. Alford gets flushed out right side, and a nice throw on the run. That's brought in by Jackson Root. Breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll vault his way into the end zone. Another Bulldog touchdown.
Just like that. I told you, Jackson Root's the type of player makes one mistake, keeps his head down, ready for the next play, immediately comes back, makes a catch over the middle, breaks a couple tackles. And a deep touchdown for your Bulldogs once again.
Talk about making up for a drop earlier in that drive, just a play prior before that timeout. Rude coming back. And what about the throw from Alford on the run right between the numbers? And he will hold this thing for Homer Rice, who kicks it through. It is good. Rice now 2 for 3 on extra points. And Baldwin off to a 20-0 lead before the first quarter's even out.
Great mistake response by Jackson Reed.
Let's see, Jackson, if the replay is going to be working here. No, just a little too late. Bear with us here, folks. We'll figure it out. It's going to be fun this year having some replay.
Yeah. Wait, we were a little too excited.
Yeah, look, I mean, how do you blame us? That was some kind of a throw and then a couple of broken tackles from Jackson Rood. We got some playmakers this year, man.
Being able to stay on his feet, it's quite impressive. After a couple of guys try to get you down, and we're able to keep your balance and stay pretty much at full speed and break the line of game for big touchdown for this Baldwin offense.
3 offensive drives, 3 impressive touchdown drives. Iola right now doesn't really know what hit him. Rice is going to kick this thing back off. Once again, it is Pratt and 45, Kevon Loving back to return. Nice kickoff, makes Pratt go to his right to field it. Has a little bit of running room, some good blocking gets set up out on the right side. He's out past the 35-yard line. Pretty good return that time for the Mustangs.
I mean, something that just popped into my mind from last year is teams were able to kind of take advantage of us on the special team side of the ball, punt returns, kick returns. Going through this year, it'd be interesting to see, are we able to prevent those big plays from happening? Because stuff like that can be real momentum killers if, make a couple big plays, but then the return team comes down and makes a big return or gets a touchdown. So far, the special teams is definitely improved.
Third drive here for Iola. That was a quick pass out here near side and taken down quickly. That was Landry Quick, the 6-foot, 190-pound junior. Laid a lick on the receiver.
The open field tackling so far. I mean, I know this first quarter hasn't even ended yet, but you can just tell this team has improved massively already from what we had last year, and they're excited to show it and prove it in front of all these fans. It's been fun to watch
Some of
the first 15.
Intensity and the enthusiasm, you can really tell from the Bulldogs. They're fired up, ready to go. Here's a blitz coming up the middle. Brendan O'Connor flushing the quarterback out right side. He's taken down. Cale Pratt, the junior, gets taken down by Brendan O'Connor. A big sack and a big loss on second down. Sets up a third down and very long.
Good pursuit. Brendan O'Connor able to break the line of scrimmage early from the defensive line position, and quarterback runs away from him. He was still able to track him down, and a big sack to force a third and long here for the Mustangs.
That's going to do it for the first quarter. Perfect first quarter for Baldwin as they lead it 20-0. We will step aside and be back with more Bulldog football after this.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has been proudly serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 33 states while producing over 1. Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has been proudly serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 33 states while producing over $1 billion in annual sales. Shad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Shad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community in which we serve. Our roots run deep within Baldwin City, and our commitment is deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we are here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for 131 years and counting.
We are back on a third down and long. That was a pass play. Came back a little bit late from break there. That was my fault. But a pass play was complete and out close to a first down. Took a huge hit out of bounds by the Bulldogs, but they're going to give them a first down. That was a huge third down conversion for Iola.
Great play by the Mustang quarterback. Early pressure. Again, Baldwin sent a blitz at third and long. That did land, but great job by the quarterback to escape left out of the pocket and able to make a good throw. It crossed his body on the sideline for the first down.
That is the first down of the game for Iola. Pratt fakes the handoff. Will keep it up front. In the middle, I should say. Gets a couple.
Couple of positive plays here for Iola. Looking to bounce back. We mentioned in the first quarter, Iola might look one step slower than Baldwin coming out of the break. Now that you've had that first 15 minutes, that first quarter break, able to kind of calm down and relax. Hopefully, the mindset of, yes, the scoreboard says what it says, but it's a new game from here on out, and how can we adjust? How can we come back from it?
Second down and 7 yards to go for Mustang.
First down here, or second down, excuse me, movement. And this could be on Baldwin. Offsides will tack on 5 yards for Iola.
Offsides call against the defense, 5-yard penalty.
Now Iola pushing the ball down the field, a couple of positive plays, and now a defensive mistake, giving the Mustangs some momentum here. Second and about 2.
Pratt hands it off, coming here near side. Number 10, Reed Cliff, the sophomore. He's out, has a first down, or he's taken down by Casey Hamrick.
Good 4-yard gain. Iola keeping it simple. This drive, good inside runs, and then, of course, that first down conversion on a pass on third and long, and now a couple of good rushes up the middle. See how they build. New set of downs here from Baldwin's 42.
Looking to pass is Pratt, right side, and incomplete. Couldn't quite bring that in, was Austin Crooks. Crooks was the quarterback last year. He's now playing wide out for Iola.
Number 8, Carson Shannon, a couple of times this possession has worked his way into the quarterback's face off the line, and of course, in an errant throw, maybe a little low and hard to catch there on the sideline. 2nd and 10 here for the Mustangs.
Second down and long, little misdirection. They'll hand it off. Coming right side. Was Kevon Loving, sophomore.
A little bit more motion, a little bit more misdirection this possession from Iola. It's proving to work. See if the defensive Baldwin can stay disciplined when it comes to these motions and these misdirections. If they can keep track of the ball, also making sure we're not giving anything up behind us. At 3rd and 5 from the 38 from the Mustangs. Big play here.
That is 3rd down and 5 from the Baldwin 38-yard line. They'll hand it off and get dropped in the backfield. Brendan O'Connor, one of the first dogs through along with Hunter Barnhart. And they drag down the ball carrier Noah Anderson, the sophomore, before much of a gain. That'll bring up a 4th down and 7. So a decision to make here in plus territory. Looks like Iola's going to go for it.
And we mentioned Brendan O'Connor, kind of that big returner on the defensive side, second team all league last year, looking to improve on that fantastic season he had last year.
Looking to pass is Pratt, trying to drop it off, and that is knocked down by Taylor Wilson, a 6'5", 190-pound junior.
That is a huge stop for Baldwin. Iola kind of had something going on that possession, by far their best possession of the game, and being able to, give up a couple big plays, or not even big plays, a couple of good plays by Iola, but being able to stay disciplined, keep your head down, and make the stops when you need them, in a big 4th down stop by the Baldwin defense, giving them some pretty good field position. They'll be on their own, looks like 40.
Yeah, start from the 40.
Yep.
So 2 punts and a turnover on downs forced by the Baldwin defense. Iola did pick up 2 first downs on that drive. But now Baldwin will start their 4th possession. Hand it off up the middle. Creighton Frost, a ton of running room out right side. Pratt's not going to be able to push him out of bounds before about a 20-plus yard gain. That was a gaping hole on the right side of the line there. Great job by the big boys up front.
And the senior leadership up front really proving to make a difference here. Everyone finding their assignments pretty well. Like you said, seemed like the Red Sea parted on that right side. Creighton Frost able to hit that hole at full speed, get a big gain, and propel the Baldwin defense deep into Iola territory here for another first down and another opportunity to score.
Over 9 minutes to play here in the first half. Baldwin up 20-0, looking great offensively. They'll fake the handoff, roll out left side. Alford's looking deep. He's got a man wide open there. Miles Massey into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And there it is again. Coach Mulcher setting up the play action. Run the play action. Get the defense to bite. Someone on that Mustangs secondary misses their assignment, leaves Miles Massey wide open for another huge throwing touchdown for Baldwin. That's going to be Bryce's second on the night, third on the night.
That is his 3rd passing touchdown. He has 1 rushing touchdown.
Accounting for all 4 of the early touchdowns here by Baldwin.
Homer Rice's extra point doesn't quite sneak in there. So 26-0 is the lead. I think I got the replay. Let's see. Here we go.
Baldwin up 20-0, looking great offensively.
See, they fake the handoff, come out left
roll
side,
out
and
left
somebody
side.
blows
Alford's
the coverage
looking
on
deep.
the
He's
back
got a man
end.
wide
Miles
open
Massey
there.
wide open,
Miles
waltzes into the
Massey
end zone.
into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldog.
Very nice for Baldwin. 26-0 lead. We are enjoying ourselves up here in the booth, as are all the fans here at Liston Stadium. Another packed house. Doesn't matter what the Bulldogs' record is. Doesn't matter how they look this year. This place is always filled up and packed, and it is a great atmosphere. We appreciate Baker University letting us kind of borrow this place on Friday nights. But it's a terrific place to play and watch, call some football.
That's what, on the basketball end of things here at Baldwin, that's what makes part of the job so exciting here is, during basketball season, especially as we get deep into conference play, Tuesdays and Fridays, the gym at Baldwin just fills up.
And the doghouse is going to be rocking this year.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
The community is a big part of that. It's always fun to watch, always fun to listen. They're always very involved. They're setting things up for us. It's honestly something really special here, what they have built here 100%. In the community, and it looks like it's starting to spread to the football side of things, and really excited to see how things go from here.
$26-0 lead. Rice will kick it off, a high kickoff, having to come up and field its Pratt. He's going to try to bring it near side. Flory right there to bring him down.
Tucker Flory with another.
And help from Landry Quick.
One-on-one style.
So 2 punts and a turnover on downs from Iola. This will be their 4th possession. It'll start from their own 34-yard line.
And if you're looking for an update from the other Friday night game that's going on.
What's going on?
Kansas City Chiefs Chargers. Chargers strike first, 7-0, coming towards the end of the first quarter. As a native from Southern California, I know I'm behind enemy lines here, but I definitely got a smile on my face, not just from these Bulldogs, but from that as well.
Pratt rolling out right side, being chased. That time by Taylor Wilson. Has to get rid of it, throws it out of bounds. Good pressure being put on by the Bulldogs.
And the lines on both ends of the ball for Baldwin are making the difference here today. The running game is on fire, setting up the passing game, as we've seen. 3 scoring, 3 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing for Baldwin. And then on defense, we've been able to get pressure pretty consistently and keep the nice plays to a minimum here for the Mustangs.
Second down, they'll try to run right into the heart, the teeth of the Baldwin defense. Not much there. Maybe gets 4 or 5, so sets up a 3rd down and more manageable.
Pratt able to make a good push up the middle there off the option. Another, as you mentioned, big 3rd down here for Iola. They want to stay on the field. They want this possession. They need this possession to end in points.
Send trips left side, got a wing on the right side.
It's like Pratt's lining up some pressure.
Hands it off right side. Noah Anderson, and he is going to get close to the line to gain, maybe a yard short right in front of us here.
And it's been hard to tell who's making these individual tackles because Baldwin has done such a great job of getting their helmet to the ball. Whenever a play is made, you're seeing 3 or 4 black jerseys come out from the tunnel, hyped up, jumping, pumping each other up. This defense.
Gang tackling, that's what you want, man.
Exactly.
4th down, they're going to go for it. They're lining up to 4th and 1. We'll see if Baldwin can be stout up front. And it looks like off the handoff that time was Reed Clift, and he does have enough for a 1st down. Only needed a couple.
This player up front looks like we got a helmet coming off.
52, Ty Daly, one of the starting defensive linemen. He checks out, checking into the game as a freshman, 56, Jet Rude. He's a 6'2", 250-pound freshman. He's a big boy that's going to be contributed up front for the Bulldogs this year. Pratt in the gun. He's having to roll out left side. He gets drugged down before much of a gain. O'Connor once again in on that tackle along with Ian Bryan.
Again, the defensive line for Baldwin able to get through and force the quarterback to be uncomfortable outside the pocket now as the game goes on. Interesting to see how they look to contain the quarterback run as outside the pocket, Mustangs have been able to make a couple plays from there.
Early movement up front from Iola is going to back him up 5 yards. False start's going to make it a 2nd down and 14.
Second down, 13 yards to go.
Just over 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Timeout taken by Iola. That is their second. Each team has used 2 timeouts. We'll keep it right here as once again, I like to remind you that the Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, Shad and Penny Sheldon. They want you to check out the Lone Star Haven. It's a beautiful 120-acre farm near Lone Star Lake, Kansas. It offers a mix of open hayfields and recreational opportunities. It's perfect for hay production and grazing while also providing an excellent habitat for wildlife. To learn more or schedule a tour, go to HaydenOutdoors.com or call 785-821-2666. Thrilled to have Hayden Outdoors back on board for another year, along with Baldwin State Bank, Rice Precision Manufacturing, and all the sponsors that we've had the last few years. Farm Bureau Financial Services as well. That'll be our halftime sponsor. A new postgame sponsor this year, Hometown Construction. So look forward to hopefully a happy postgame show after a big Baldwin win. And Iola keeps moving backwards. Another false start coming out of a timeout. That'll drive a coach crazy. 2nd and 19.
Second and 19, this Baldwin defense is going to want to. I will expect to see some pressure, if not here on 2nd down, if they're going to get a short stop here, definitely on 3rd down.
This is a pin your ears back type down here as they empty it out. They'll try to throw it out quick here near side, and that ball is dropped by Loving. Sets up a 3rd down and a mile.
Number 8, Cameron again in the backfield, forcing the quarterback to change arm levels, make a difficult throw over that big frame, had his arms outstretched. Might have even gotten a finger on it, but forcing a tough catch.
Third down and 19. Pratt gonna drop back to throw. He's getting pressured. Ian Bryan chasing him. Gets it off. Loving makes the catch. He's got some running room. Now the ball pops out. It's free. Did the Bulldogs jump on it? They did. Jackson Reed with the recovery.
Huge play by Jackson Room. Now 2 big plays this game after that first target mistake. First, the receiving touchdown, the big receiving touchdown, and now another fumble recovery for him, making a great play on the ball, being able to find it as
chasing him, gets it off. Loving makes the catch. He's got
behind.
some running room. Now the ball pops out. It's free. Did the Bulldogs jump on it?
Good
they
recovery
did.
there. And the
Jackson
Bulldogs forced
Reed
their
with the
first
recovery.
turnover of the year.
What a play again. You mentioned it was hard to tell who made the play because there were so many black jerseys around the ball.
They'll start their next drive from their own 41-yard line. 4 straight touchdowns. And Frost gets it again, breaks a tackle, still rumbling ahead for a 1st down.
Big play, Creighton Frost. A man you don't want to see running at you. He's made some very impressive plays so far throughout this game.
Just over halfway through the 2nd quarter. Baldwin in complete control of this game so far. Should mention we talked a lot about Trey Wilson in the open, but he is not on the roster. I was not supplied a roster as there is Alford once again busting through. He's got the quicks and another 1st down, about a gain of 14 yards. Move the chains.
It has been fun to watch him control this game, not only with his arm, but of course his feet as well. He's had some great plays, using his feet, running the ball, making moves out in space and getting those extra yards.
In the open, I talked a lot about Trey Wilson and Easton Westlow as 2 of the big playmakers for Iola. Haven't seen much of Westlow at all. And Trey Wilson, like I said, he's not on the roster. I was not supplied a roster before this game. So when I showed up, that was the first time I had eyes on who was going to be playing for Iola. But you can kind of get the sense that they're missing a couple of their leaders. Timeout's going to be taken by Baldwin. Alford sickled for it. That's going to be their third and final timeout with 4:46 to play here in the first half. With that, I'd like to remind everybody that Wright's Precision Manufacturing is a family-owned company right here in Baldwin City that services many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. With state-of-the-art machine tools, Rice Precision provides a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits. The perfect place to start your next career, so find out more by emailing jobs@rice-precision.com. Baldwin back out there ready to go for this first down play from plus territory at the Iola 35-yard line. Alford has had a great game so far. 1 rushing touchdown, 3 touchdowns through the air. 1 to Colton Collum, 1 to Jackson Root, and 1 to Miles Massey. And he's in the shotgun once again with Frost to his left. They'll hand it off to Big Creighton Frost. He is barreling ahead, lowers the shoulder, bouncing off tackles, still up. Going to take the whole team to bring Creighton down tonight.
He is a man on a mission tonight. Really looking to send a message.
3 straight first downs for Baldwin on this drive. And they are into the red zone once again.
In the running game proving to be, again, the focal point of this offense, but they have done a really good job of using the passing game out of the run. You've seen a couple of good play action passes that ended up in touchdowns. And as we get into the red zone here, look to see what the play calling will look like.
Ethan Williams is the wing. He comes right to left across the formation. Alford this time going to keep it off the zone read. Cuts it into the middle, breaks a tackle, and leans forward down at the 2-yard line. Another first down, 4 straight of them for the Bulldogs, and they'll have a first down and goal.
Another great play drawn up by Melcher. Bryce using his quick feet. Get down to the 1-yard line first, or rather with 2, first and goal.
Don't forget the halftime show is going to be brought to us by Farm Bureau Financial Services. That's coming up here in about 3.5 minutes. See if Baldwin can add on to the lead, and they do here. They give it to Big Creighton Cross up the middle, and he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown. Makes it 32-0. They'll send out Homer Rice, the kicker, once again. Actually, this is going to be Jake Growers, second string kicker, a 5'8", 130-pound sophomore.
Early in the year, you want to kind of find those guys who are able to do it during the game. It's one thing you do it in practice. It's another to do it on the crossing.
Extra point is no good, so Baldwin will keep that lead at 32-0. We will step aside real quick, be back with more Bulldog football after this.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
32-0 Baldwin lead. They'll kick it back off. They are rolling over the Mustangs right now in the first half. Pratt takes the kickoff, coming near side, getting chased out of bounds, and he is thrown down out of bounds by Jackson Wheeler. And a penalty flag comes in. Getting up a little gingerly that time. Number 13, Roy Gordon, the junior for Iola, being helped off to the sideline by one of his teammates. And personal foul is the penalty. It's going to go against Wheeler, maybe just a little bit too late on that tackle out of bounds.
I didn't know if it was that, or I know I saw the refs talking to Coach Melcher, kind of pointing towards the sideline. Maybe it was something.
Okay, something might have been said.
But
okay.
It was hard to tell.
Yeah.
Bang, bang play, but either way, Baldwin defense looking to bounce back from it and hopefully not let it affect it.
Yeah, we've talked about Baldwin really being intense and enthusiastic here. You got to control those emotions, though. It's been a fun night so far. They look to keep it going as Iola is going to start this drive from their own 43-yard line. Iola's been held to just 3 first downs. And play number 1 here gets stopped up immediately. Brendan O'Connor in there on the stop. O'Connor was second team all-league linebacker last year, the 6'1", 240-pound senior. Had the second most tackles for loss last year on the team.
I'm starting off hot early in the first half. Based in the year, we've already said his name plenty of times. We expect to say his name playing more as it goes on.
Second down and long. Try the left side this time. Not much there is once again Brendan O'Connor over there. Wrigley Hamrick as well, getting up from the bottom of the pile.
He's everywhere.
Dylan Van Horn checking into the game for Creighton Frost. He'll come in at linebacker. He made some good plays as a freshman last year.
A sophomore this year, really looking to fill in that big frame he has.
As you can see with, sorry to interrupt you, but Baldwin running guys in and out. They got some pretty good depth this year, both offensively and defensively. They can run guys in and out.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game. We look bigger.
Yeah.
Too. We look bigger. We look more physical, and it's shown.
So Pratt, once again, going to take the shotgun snap, has to get rid of it immediately. He does find a man, but he's taken down by Wrigley Hamrick before much of a gain. Got back to the line of scrimmage is all. That'll bring up a 4th down and 11. And we'll see if Iola is going to go for it or punt this thing away.
Yeah, that's got to be fun to be out there with your brother.
Yeah.
Casey and Wrigley Hamrick both out there making big-time plays so far for this defense. That's got to be fun for those two.
Saw that last year with Jake Van Horn and Dylan Van Horn. As this will be a pooch punt from Pratt. Goes past Alford, one of the safeties, and will take an Iola bounce, roll inside the 15-yard line, and be downed at about the Baldwin 11-yard line, and that's where they'll take over with 1:14 left here in the first half.
Baldwin's starting off. I'm pretty sure that this is by far their worst starting field position to start a possession from. Be interesting to see what this test looks like for them. Obviously, they've had some pretty good possession to start off with as this game has gone on. Now starting deep in their own territory from the 11.
That's a good call, Jackson. This is the worst starting field position of the night. 1:12 to play. They'll hand it off once again. And a good gain of about 8, maybe 9 yards. That was Wrigley Hamrick with the carry.
I know you mentioned that Coach Melcher talked about Wrigley really making big strides throughout the offseason. Expect him to see a few more snaps this year. And he's so far has been taking
look good.
Big advantage of the chances he's been given.
40 seconds on the first half clock and rolling. 32-0. Baldwin lead it. Looks like maybe they are content to just run this clock out, go into the halftime break with a big lead.
No timeout.
Try to keep guys healthy. Alford hands it off to Hamrick once again. He has enough for a first down. So that'll move the chains again.
Baldwin's been able to get a lot of first downs in the first quarter.
That's the 11th first down of the first quarter. I can't remember a game in the past couple of years that Baldwin has moved the ball like this offensively.
You can knife through hot butter so far. As we get into the halftime break, excited to see how they come out of the break.
And that is going to do it for the first half, and a great performance from the Bulldogs. A 32-0 lead. A lot of fun in the first half of the year. They'll go into the halftime break, talk about things, and come out and try to finish this game off. We will take a break and be back with the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show after this.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street, or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For unbeatable service, there's only one choice you can count on. Clint Davis and the team at One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning have been keeping Baldwin City comfortable since 2011. Whether you need quick repairs, seasonal maintenance, or a brand new system, Clint and his team have you covered. Schedule an appointment today by calling 785-393-9329 and sign up for the preferred maintenance plan for special discounts. One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning, the choice for the comfort of your family.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846. Serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Welcome back here. The score is 32-0 at the half in Baldwin City. Live from Liston Stadium, the Bulldogs have looked outstanding so far in this new season. They've gotten out to a big lead over the visiting Mustangs. Let's take a look now at the drive summaries from that first half. Baldwin had 6 drives offensively, if you count that last one that they only had a couple of plays before they went into the half, but 5 touchdowns on those 6 drives. And Alford, he finished off that first drive with a touchdown run. And then the next 3 were Alford touchdown passes. The first one was to Colton Collum, the next one to Jackson Rude, and the third was to Miles Massey, and then Creighton Cross got his first rushing touchdown of the year, and that puts us at 32-0. We had 2 extra points kicked through by Homer Rice, and 3 of those extra points were missed. One of those was missed by Browers, the other kicker. But maybe a little kicking improvements to come here. But if we're being nitpicky, Jackson, that's about the only thing.
Different kicking a football than it's a soccer ball. So yeah, it's understandable. And that's going to be one of those things as the year goes on. They're definitely going to work on, get used to it.
You think I asked you to go out, kick an extra point, you could put that thing through?
No.
No doubt for me either. No chance.
No.
So, yeah,
maybe.
I'm not here to ridicule anyone.
Yeah.
So, Baldwin, interestingly enough, had 11 first downs, as I mentioned, in that first half. They only faced 1 third down that whole first half, and they converted it. They were 1 of 1 on third down conversions and did not face a fourth down that entire first half, which is just super impressive. What were some of your takeaways offensively from Baldwin in that first half?
Oh, well, when we talked about it before the game started, it's setting the tone in the trenches on both sides of the ball, and Baldwin has done a great job of doing that. You mentioned before the game went live having 5 seniors, having 3 returning starters, and that has really proven to be a big difference for that offensive line, and more importantly for the running game for Baldwin. Defensively, being able to stay disciplined, a lot of the jet motion, staying to your guy, making sure we're keeping an eye on the ball while still keeping track of our assignments. And for the most part, Baldwin has been pretty good when it comes to the defensive end. A forced fumble, a fumble recovery, a dropped pick. So, and being able to force pressure in the passing game, all around this Baldwin team has been fun to watch here in the first half of week 1.
Yeah, 100%. You mentioned Baldwin defensively and how well they looked. So I'll flip it around, the drive summary. This one for Iola. They started out with 2 3-and-outs that Baldwin forced, and then did pick up a couple of first downs on their third drive, got into Baldwin territory, and then turned it over on downs. They were 1 of 2 on fourth down conversions, and just 1 of 6 on third down conversions, and that speaks to how well Baldwin played in the early downs, first and second down, as Iola faced a ton of third down and medium, third down and long. It's really hard for an offense, especially if you're not a very explosive offense, as we've seen Iola hasn't really had any sort of explosive plays. They had that one that they almost broke, and then they fumbled it on the next drive as Jackson Rude came up with the fumble recovery there. Still not too sure. I'm going to have to watch the film back and see who poked that thing out of there. But as you've mentioned from time to time here, Jackson, Baldwin running around to the football and gang tackling on defense. It's been a lot of fun to watch, and so far so good for the Dogs. As like I mentioned, 2 punts, a turnover on downs, a fumble, and then another 3-and-out to end the first half for Iola. Only 3 first downs, 1 of 6 on third down conversions, 1 of 2 on fourth down conversions. And right now, Baldwin has a 32-0 lead. We'll step aside here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show, which is obviously brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. If you're looking for personal service from a local agent, then Kelly Neufeld is your guy. Give him a call, 785-594-1055. Kelly and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they would love to support you and your financial future as well. Farm Bureau Financial Services, it's your future. Let's protect it. Step aside, be back with a little Baldwin sports update on the other side.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has been proudly serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 33 states while producing over $1 billion in annual sales. Shad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Shad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
New charges related to insurance fraud and theft.
Ripping off about 90 homeowners. Stewart ripped him off.
The roofing industry is rough these days. Hometown Construction is Baldwin City's very own hometown solution for roofing and siding needs. We know there's more important things than just money. We give detailed estimates and on-site supervision during all projects. We focus on one job at a time so that you have our undivided attention. Contact us today. Go Bulldogs!
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community in which we serve. Our roots run deep within Baldwin City, and our commitment is deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we are here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for 131 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to building your dream home, quality matters. For residential or commercial, Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry brings precision, passion, and Baldwin City pride to every project. They specialize in complete home build and custom cabinetry to help your dream space become a reality. For a free quote, call 785-248-0698 and follow them on Facebook to check out their latest projects. Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry. Built local, built right, built for Baldwin City. For unbeatable service, there's only one choice you can count on. Clint Davis and the team at One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning have been keeping Baldwin City comfortable since 2011. Whether you need quick repairs, seasonal maintenance, or a brand new system, Clint and his team have you covered. Schedule an appointment today by calling 785-393-9329 and sign up for the preferred maintenance plan for special discounts. One Choice Heating, Ventilation, and Air Conditioning, the choice for the comfort of your family.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back here to the Financial Services halftime show, 32-0. The Bulldogs lead it here in week number 1. Time now for a little Baldwin sports update. We're going to highlight some of the other sports that maybe we don't give a ton of coverage to. I'll start with girls golf. Peyton Wright was featured as a golfer to watch in the Keisha covered preseason coverage of girls golf this year, and she has been absolutely fantastic. Placed at state in the state tournament last year, and the girls golf team is off to a great start. Once again this year, they won first place as a team at the Ottawa Invitational on Tuesday as the Bulldogs take the field with some cheers here. So the girls golf team is off to a good start. Girls flag football this year is looking great. Jackson, did you see a little bit of the flag football highlight?
Yeah, so we went 1-1.
Yep.
We played Free State and Lawrence, I believe.
We beat Lawrence High School 39-6 and then lost to Free State 26-14, but both really good games, and that is as exciting a sport as I've seen. I was talking earlier. I wish that we would be able to do some coverage of that.
Yeah, maybe we can.
That's right. Maybe I need to get in the ear of some of the important people at this company. But
I
we'll see what happens. Like you said, girls flag football 1-1, beat Lawrence and lost to Free State in their first couple of games. Girls tennis also started their season yesterday at Chapman. I don't have any concrete numbers for that, but I can tell you the girls tennis team is off to a start, as well as cross country. They started their first meet was yesterday at Anderson County. And then volleyball is also off and running. They lost a tight match against Lewisburg at Lewisburg in their first duel on Tuesday. They lost that 3-1, but every single one of those sets, I don't have the scores in front of me, but they were tight. It was 25-20, 27-24, something along those lines. So it was a tight match, and unfortunately, the Bulldogs volleyball team dropped that first duel. They are headed to Rossville this Saturday for the first tournament of the season, and then on Tuesday, we will have our first volleyball broadcast in a duel at home here against Osawatomie, so we'll be inside the doghouse for that one. And boys soccer, to round things out, opened their season yesterday with a 2-0 win at Ottawa. Goals by Cooper Carr, and the kicker here, Homer Rice, got on the score sheet as well, and a first career shutout for Kaysen Dick, the goalkeeper, I should say. Also, Cooper Carr, Leo Schoenberger, and Ethan Smazel. All three of those guys were named on the players to watch list on Keisha Covered's website. So the boys soccer team is off and running with a good start as well. And that is the Baldwin Sports Update. This has been the halftime show, and it's brought to us by Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. If you're looking for personal service from a local agent, then Kelly Neufeld is your guy. Give him a call, 785-594-1055. Kelly and his team are proud supporters of the Baldwin Bulldogs, and they would love to support you and your financial future as well. Farm Bureau Financial Services, it's your future. Let's protect it. We get all set here for the start of the second half. Get the quarter changed.
Iola should be starting with the ball in the second half, as Baldwin did start with the ball and started
good memory.
hot as we did score in the first possession.
Iola now takes the field. We'll see if they give them a little extra time to warm up. Sometimes they do. If so, we'll step aside and be back with the second half. If not, we'll get ready for the second half kickoff. Next week, Baldwin will stay here at home and take on the Ottawa Cyclones. That should be a fun matchup. It's 1 week from tonight as the fall sports season is fully underway and getting it going and rocking here on Baldwin Sports Live. So they will give them another couple of minutes to warm up. So I'm going to step aside and we'll be back with the second half of football after this.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother-baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Welcome back inside Liston Stadium in Baldwin City, Kansas. 32-0 lead for the Bulldogs after the first half, and they will kick it off to start the second half. Forced 3 punts, a turnover on downs, and recovered a fumble on the 5 Iola possessions in the first half. Pratt this time takes the kickoff return out to the left side and gets past the 35-yard line, and that's where they'll start their first possession of the second half.
A good field position here for Iola. Coming out with a break fresh. Hopefully we reset kind of the mindset and the mentality and just kind of treat the second half as a new game.
Third game, turn to the Mustang.
See if they can start off the second half better than they did the first.
Ball number 36, your way.
So here we go. 1st and 10 from their own 36 from the shotgun. They'll take the snap, hand it off to Loving coming near side, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, and then gets blasted out of bounds by Hamrick.
A good run out on the outside.
Kevon Loving, the sophomore.
Yeah, able to make Tucker Flory miss there on the edge and able to fight for an extra couple of yards for looks to be around a 2nd and 5 for the Mustangs.
Shotgun formation. This time they'll hand it off over left guard. Not much running room there for Reed Cliff, the sophomore.
Tackle by Baldwin's number 52.
After a good run there for Iola.
Frost and Daly in on the tackle. Sorry, Jackson, go ahead.
No, you're good. Just doubling up on the run, and Baldwin short memory, giving up a good gain on the last one, and just being able to meet the ball there at the line of scrimmage, not giving much in for the Mustangs.
Bulldogs held Iola to just 1 for 6 on 3rd down conversions in the first half. Here's their first 3rd down attempt of the second. It is a 3rd and 3. A little confusion getting lined up for Iola. Now they have it. They'll fake a handoff, give it on a little jet motion to the wing back, and he is stacked up by O'Connor. Hunter Barnhart there as well.
And the tackle for the
A few other Bulldogs in on that tackle, and it's going to be short of the line to gain. So a 4th down. That's Ty Daly coming off the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, the penetration that this interior defense has been able to generate throughout the first half and now coming into the second, proven to be very difficult to face for Iola, not able to get much done.
Head coach,
another 4th and short.
Jeff Melcher must be pretty happy with the Bulldogs on both sides of the ball so far. 4th down and short, though, from Iola, and they will convert it up the middle. Pratt, the quarterback on the keeper, gets past midfield and out past the 45, drug down at about the 42-yard line, but a 4th down conversion for the Mustangs.
Nice patient run there. Staying patient behind your blockers, letting them lead the way, and lead the way they did for a nice game on the quarterback run, and another 1st down for Iola. We definitely want to continue the momentum after that last good play.
They'll set up 1st and 10 from Baldwin's 42-yard line. Empty backfield, wing to the left. They'll bring a man in motion left to right. It's Noah Anderson. Flag down, a dead ball.
We have our very first new tradition starting at Baldwin High School. Please direct your attention to where the cheerleaders are. Our first ever fan of the game for this season.
All right, they're giving out a fan of the game award. Jackson, get down there. Looks like they're giving away a pizza. That's outstanding.
I would love to take a pizza.
Get those hooligans down there in the front row with the shirts off. It's not that warm out, boys.
No. I see a couple of basketball kids over there. Hopefully we're not getting sick or anything.
Here's a fake handoff. Complete right side and drug out of bounds by Tucker Flory. That pass was complete to Austin Crooks from Pratt for hardly any gain, maybe 1 yard.
Another great one-on-one tackle by Tucker. It's been very good today in the second level, just making those one-on-one open field tackles. Aside from that one that he missed earlier in the possession, he's been pretty good in the open field here so far.
Second down and 14. Pratt takes the snap. He's going to keep it once again up the middle and gets a decent gain before being drugged down by Taylor Wilson, along with Brendan O'Connor, Wrigley Hamrick.
And one thing to look forward to from this Baldwin team, you mentioned it last season, despite the record not looking like maybe what we wanted, we did stay close in a lot of those games.
especially the tougher ones we hung in there. It was just towards the end of the game, maybe when we ran out of gas, kind of got away from us. So interested to see here how we respond to tired legs as we get closer to the end of the second half.
I think some of that's just kind of a numbers game last year in terms of some of the numbers. That was an incomplete pass trying to swing it out left side, but so many injuries last year. We talked about that earlier, and that kind of cuts into your depth, doesn't it, at some point? And that really comes into play late games. We talked about earlier, we got a lot of depth, it looks like, so far. Hopefully, knock on wood, we can keep everybody healthy out of here and get out of here with a week 1 victory.
Yeah, last year, you might have one kid playing 2 different positions on each side of the ball because, we were stretched so thin through injuries. And the sideline is looking a little bit bigger, physically bigger individuals, but also just a lot more kids here in the program as well.
Timeout going to be taken by the Mustangs. Just under 8 minutes to play in the third quarter. That'll be their first charge timeout of the second half. One interesting note for next week, Jackson, it's going to be an early homecoming for Baldwin. Next week is homecoming. Usually that's kind of middle of the season, but how the schedule kind of sets up and works out, it was going to coincide with the Maple Leaf Festival, the homecoming that would typically happen or the time it would happen. And so we're going to have an early homecoming. I'd venture to say we're going to be the earliest homecoming, at least on the east side of the state here. So looking forward to that next week. I saw somewhere the king and queen candidates, but I can't find that anymore. I'm sure you can do a little research.
I do know the three
king candidates
basketball
for me.
It's pretty easy.
Colton, Cooper, and Leo. But
if they're not playing football or basketball, I really don't know much of the.
That's fair. I mean, I kind of learn some of these players and athletes as we go here, and that's one of the fun things that I love about doing this. Is it's all based off of merit, Jackson. I don't come in with any preconditions that anybody. And Taylor Wilson facing Pratt on a 4th down, and he just has to get rid of it. And Iola just looks out of sorts offensively, as that was not a good 4th down play. They turn it over on downs on their first possession of the second half.
I know I sound like a broken record, but this defense has done such a good job of making sure the quarterback is uncomfortable during these passing downs. Coach Melcher dialing up the pressures at the right time, and it just feels like all the right things are happening for Baldwin right now.
Sure does. They have looked great through the first about 2.5 quarters. Coming up on that, 7:46 to play here in the third quarter. Jackson Rude will take a jet motion, take the handoff right side. Got some good blocking out there, and he's going to motor a big gain. Steps out of bounds past the 40-yard line into Iola territory.
And after that first dropped catch on the first target of the game for Jackson Rude, he has just been electrifying. We mentioned the fumble recovery earlier, that long touchdown catch immediately after the drop too. He has just been fun to watch after that first mistake.
He's kind of coming off the field, favoring his left leg just a little bit. Wonder if he's got a cramp or something. Hopefully he'll be all right. He is getting stretched out by Stavanis over here, so. Cramping still an issue, even when it's nice and cool weather, as Frost takes another handoff, and that offensive line surges forward again, as does Creighton for another first down run, back-to-back first down plays, and they'll get down close to the red zone.
A couple of nice running plays as Colton Collins checks in for Miles Massey.
Harvey also into the game for Williams.
We got a bit of a bigger personnel. They got Shannon and Collin out there who's going to line up on the bottom.
There's a screen pass out here near side. Colton Collin gets a block from Flory, spins his way into the red zone past the 15-yard line. And another fresh set of downs for Baldwin.
Another one of those guys, you look at him, 6'6", big frame, but very athletic. Can make some great moves in open space. And some broke a tackle and tried to spin out of another. He's not afraid of contact either, and he can go around you or through you. It's just whatever he decides he wants.
So 11 first half first downs for Baldwin. They've got 3 on their first drive of the second half already, and inside the red zone looking to punch it in again. The wideouts are Collum and Flory. Harvey, the wing on the right side. Frost to the left of Alford. Flory comes in motion right to left. And a penalty flag for the delay a game. Sure is. Play clock expired. That'll back Baldwin up 5 yards.
I didn't even see that over there.
Yeah, we have a play clock. Yep.
I know usually it's all hand signals from the refs most of the time.
That's one of the, again, nice things to be able to play at a nice stadium like this. It's used for college. We appreciate Baker kind of lending this to us on Friday nights. But yeah, it's got all the bells and whistles, man. It's a great place to play some football. Alford going to go speed option right side, keeps it, breaks the tackle, still going inside the 10-yard line, and gets drugged down close to the 5-yard line.
Nice Alford.
He has looked good on the ground.
Yeah, don't oversaw it there. Nice little pitch fake out to Frost. The edge rusher falls for it, and he's able to make a one cut and fly up the field for a nice gain, another first down, and setting the Baldwins up, or setting the Bulldogs up rather. Oh, was it quite a first thing, but setting them up real nice here in the red zone.
It was actually the first play of this second half for them that didn't result in a fresh set of downs. So 2nd down and 2 from the 6-yard line. Alford will take the shotgun snap, hand it off to Frost. He gets hit in the backfield and drags 4 Mustangs with him. My goodness.
That should get them another fresh set of downs.
Sure will.
Red zone.
I mean, he was hit a couple yards deep
behind
in the backfield.
He almost looked down. His knee looked like it was about to drag, and all of a sudden that second wind dragged 3 defenders an extra 4 or 5 yards for the first down, and now you're giving your offense 4 fresh chances from the 2-yard line to score an end zone here, or score in the end zone here.
Massey and Rude will split out right side. Frost to the right of Alford. This time they'll fake the handoff. Alford keeps it, and he'll walk into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. And Baldwin keeps pouring it on.
And another great option play written up by the Bulldogs and Bryce Alford. That's about as easy as it's going to get when it comes to walking it in the end zone from that close out.
So a touchdown run from Alford is 2nd of the night. He's got 2 on the ground, 3 through the air. Perhaps a fast track on his way to our first Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game. We'll see. Homer Rice once again on a little bit of a high snap, a good hold by Alford. And Rice sticks it through.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we need high snap.
That's right. So add 7 more. Baldwin now up 39-0. Looking pretty good. Everybody's having fun here tonight at Liston Stadium. It's honestly nothing better, Jackson, than week 1 of a football season. Everybody's jacked up, ready to go. The weather's starting to change. You see some leaves starting to fall and change. I mean, the perfect night so far for Baldwin.
Beautiful. And one thing we mentioned before the game that was going to be important for the Bulldogs was keeping it simple. It's the first game of the year. You're going to make mistakes. It's not going to look pretty. Well, Baldwin didn't get that message today. They've looked pretty good. Obviously, you're going to have a couple of those mental mistakes. They had a false start or this possession. They've had a couple other throughout the game and an offside. But other than that, they haven't really made very many mistakes, and they've done a great job of capitalizing on Iola's.
Looked like a well-coached team so far. Disciplined, have the intensity and the enthusiasm, been fired up. So far, so good. Homer Rice going to kick this thing off again to Loving and Pratt. High kickoff. Be fielded around the 25-yard line by Pratt. He gets hit immediately around the 30-yard line and drugged down. That was Jackson Wheeler.
He's made 3 special teams tackles so far. He's proven to be a spotlight on the special teams end of things.
No doubt. He made a couple nice plays last year as well, kind of late in games when he'd come in.
Yeah, he played a lot of receiver there towards the end of the year and edge rusher as well.
Yep.
The third quarter.
So they'll start this drive, Iola will, from their own 33-yard line. Trying to get something going. Only 3 first-half first downs. They did convert a fourth down conversion their last drive before eventually turning it over on downs. They'll try the left side. Gain about 3, maybe 4 yards. Was Loving on the carry.
Short getting pulled on Mustangs, brings up 2nd and 6 yards.
Randy Ross checking in on defensive end, can give Big Breno O'Connor a break.
O'Connor's had a great game. It's hard to really find somebody that hasn't had a great game for Baldwin.
Yeah.
Pratt hands it off. Noah Anderson coming right side, gets stacked up immediately by the Bulldogs. More gang tackling.
And you see 5 or 6 Bulldogs get up from the ground before you see even 1 or 2 Iola.
Wyatt Hale
Mustangs get out from the bottom of the pile.
Haven't called his name yet. Wyatt Hale, a 5'11", 250-pound junior on that D-line, makes the play that time. That was actually Reed clipped on the jet sweep motion there.
The Bulldogs have been firing on all cylinders on both sides of the ball.
3rd down and 4. 0 for 2 on 3rd downs on their first drive of this half. Pratt keeps it and gets drugged down in the backfield.
Wrigley?
I think that's Carson Shannon, and it is the 6'4" senior making a play in the backfield. That sets up a 4th down.
So many different kids have been in the backfield for so long. I'm getting them mistaken, but yep, Carson Shannon making a great play on the ball in the backfield and forcing another 4th down here for Iola.
Shannon, one of the linebackers out there right now alongside Landry Quick. Ian Bryan is in there on defensive line. Haven't really called his name too many times. He's been a key contributor at times as well. Was injured a little bit last year, so good to see him back out there. There's a 4th down and 4. Pratt juggles the snap a little bit, gets chased around by Shannon. He's not going to get there, and it's intercepted. Jackson Rude making another play.
Jackson Rude with the big play, and I don't know, Ryan. Maybe he's forcing Bryce's hand.
He might be working his way into our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game Award. We'll have to see. Got to stay tuned, but Jackson Rude's been all over the place. Has a touchdown reception, a fumble recovery, and now an interception. Can do just about anything. He really burst onto the scene last year as a junior. Honorable mention all-league wide receiver last year, and off to a great start this season as well.
First and 10 for BHS, the 49-yard line.
Baldwin going to start their second possession just in plus territory at the Iola 49-yard line. Alford fakes the handoff, keeps it left side, cuts back into the middle. Couple of stiff arms still going. Nice carry there. Another fresh set of downs.
And he has just been running with power today. He has broken at least 1 or 2 tackles every single time he's carried the ball. And he is really just leading this offense. It is.
I mean, you talk about a little bit of thunder and lightning from Creighton Frost and Bryce Alford.
And then you're able to have the other playmakers like a Max Harvey and Ethan Williams, a Jackson Rude, a Tucker Fleury. This offense has the potential to be something special this year.
Sure does. Fresh set of downs from the 32 after that 17-yard gain. Here's Frost rumbling for some more. A flag gets thrown here on the near side. That might be a holding call. We'll have to check it. Another huge gain right now. And the chain gang is not budging on the far side, so this thing's probably coming back. It is a hold on Baldwin. I think it was probably Tucker Fleury, the wideout down on the near side, trying to supply some blocking downfield. That's something that Baldwin's done a great job of, too, is blocking downfield. Yeah, wide receivers. It's not only those big linemen up there. The linemen have been absolutely outstanding, though. Jake Stavanis, he was another guy last year, honorable mention all league on that offensive line, the 6'4", 240-pound senior. One of the 3 returning starters alongside Hunter Barnhart and Brendan O'Connor.
It is so important to have those senior returners, even, if not all the returning seniors were maybe starters last year, it doesn't matter. That leadership, they know what's expected of them. They know how to lead. And
Ty Daly's also been on that offensive line quite a bit.
yeah,
Hunter
that
Iola
has come out very strong here.
Here's Landry Quick getting the handoff and gets struck down by his helmet after a short game.
And the tackle for
Look like
Pratt on the tackle.
Be sure to check
Ty Daly was a little slow to get up there. I'm going to check him out on the sideline.
He's being replaced by Bentley Serigny, the 5'10", 225-pound sophomore.
Scholarships and more.
Under a minute to play in the third quarter. Might see a running clock in the fourth quarter. That's something we've seen a lot over the past few years, but not on this side of it. If you're the Bulldogs, that'll be fun to experience.
Delay game again. And Coach Melcher is not happy. He was shouting something from the sideline as they were getting set, possibly telling them to get set, hurry up, and
a little nonchalant right now from the Bulldog offense, isn't it? That's probably driving Melcher a little bit crazy. But
yeah, you can't.
As a coach, you have to have something that you can take into practice the next week.
Yeah, as good as the game has gone, as big as the lead is, you can't have that sense of complacency and go, and because you don't know what can happen. Anything can happen. There's still plenty of game left, so definitely don't want to get complacent.
Casey Hamrick into the game as one of the wideouts down here, and Landry Quick takes another handoff. Gets wrestled to the ground. It takes 4 Mustangs to bring him down.
Number 54, BJ Sayans. Number 10, Reed Book. Also with Wilma Thompson.
Daly must be all right. He's back into the game. Serigny in there for a play.
2 minutes to go for the
Yeah, one of his teammates was trying to get him some help from the sideline. He was swatting their arm away, telling him, I'm good. But
I want to get back in there, man.
Yeah, he did check. He did get checked out, but like you said, he is already back in there. He's ready to go.
And this is going to run down the rest of the third quarter clock. So a 39-0 lead for Baldwin. We will take a break, head to quarter number 4. So far, so good for the Bulldogs. Be back with more Bulldog football after this.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Third down and 12, and a conversion here to Ethan Williams on the completion from Alford. That's a nice way to start the fourth quarter.
Looked like he tried to hit a little Euro step on him, keeping that ball high, but luckily keeping hold of the ball and a good productive play for another first down for Baldwin.
It's not usually what you want to do with the football, right? It's try to take it over the top of somebody.
It's one of those things where if it works, it looks cool.
Ah, who cares? Third down conversion there and a fresh set of downs for the Dogs. Inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Quick, the running back gets another handoff. It's a couple yards up the middle.
He's not easy to take down either, coming out of the backfield.
Not at all. Rohan Springer, the junior, was there with a little bit of help. About a 3-yard gain makes it 2nd down and 7.
Still waiting for the call on the sideline. Baldwin getting set. They got 8, 7 seconds counting on the play clock.
A little more sense of urgency getting to the line, though. That's what you like to see. They do get the snap off. Alford hands it off. Right side, quick, lowers his shoulder. Not a ton of running room out there as Noah Anderson and Loving there to make the stop. Bring up a 3rd down and 7. Maybe 5 or 6, we'll call it. Got a couple there.
Besides the first possession, the Iola defense in the second half has played a lot better, keeping the ball in front of them.
That's a good
Aside
point.
from that, Ethan Williams' big play along the sideline, but they've been just feels like a lot more discipline here in the second half, and they've been able to slow the Baldwin offense down just a little bit.
Here's Alford keeping it right side, gonna rumble his way into the end zone for another Bulldog touchdown.
Another great play using his feet. Bryce Wilson, that's going to be his 5th all-purpose touchdown, I believe, of the day.
6, make it 6, 3 on the ground and 3 in the air, Jackson. My goodness.
For Bryce Alford.
That makes it 45-0. They'll swing the gate shut and kick this extra point. Homer Rice on there, out there. Alford to hold. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it is true. Made a couple in a row now, Homer Rice, getting into the rhythm. He's got it down, 46-0. Running clock is in effect now. Couldn't go much better so far for Baldwin. It's a fun way to kick off the season here on Baldwin Sports Live. Yeah, now the 6th all-purpose touchdown, as we mentioned earlier. It's a pretty good way to come back from an injury last year. If you're Alford, got hurt in week number 3 last year. That was just one of many key injuries that the Bulldogs sustained and kind of stunted their growth at times. So far, so good. Everybody's staying healthy. We might see some younger players start being trickled in here for Baldwin.
And that also could be the reason they probably started to trickle them in that last possession, and that might explain why we've seen a couple more false starts, a couple more mental mistakes, just because Melcher is or might be filtering through some young guys in there.
Every single drive this game has resulted in a touchdown. If you take that 2-play drive right before halftime out of the equation for Baldwin, it's pretty impressive so far as Rice kicks this thing off. Loving back there to receive. Excuse me, that is 25. Lucas Boken rugged down immediately.
25, that tougher story.
Rory's in there. Ian Bryan was there. A couple of other Bulldogs. Van Horn's out there. Everybody going to start getting in on the axe.
And they got down there quick. They got on before even the
17-yard line is where they're going to start.
That was a good kick by Homer. His special teams has really shown up today. He's done a really good job. Jackson Wheeler's made a couple of great stops on a kick and on the kick return specifically, and now another great play
And Tucker Flory here on special teams.
1st and 10. Iola will start with it. 6.5 minutes to go in this game from their own 17-yard line. Pratt swings it out left side. A wide open man. Gets chased down by A.J. LaRue, 5'7" sophomore.
A.J. LaRue and Miles Massey collapsing on the ball.
Yeah, Massey out there. Braxton Heck, 5'11" sophomore, also out there in the secondary. Try to run through some of these other guys out there. Logan Kessinger, 5'11" sophomore, the defensive line.
He tore his ACL last year in a sub-varsity game, I believe, against Tonganoxie.
Oof.
So happy to see him back in action playing again.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of guys coming back from injury this year. I was clipped on
the roster.
Yeah. Also out there, Knox Holloman, 5'10" freshman. Braden Hirschman, 5'10" senior out there on the back end. Jackson Wheeler.
He's out there.
Dylan Van Horn.
1st and 10.
Dodge Douglas, the 6'2" junior out there on the line. They'll run it left side. Noah Anderson has it. Cuts back. It's a little bit of a gain. Dylan Van Horn hits him hard. Not before a first down picked up for Iola.
Fun to watch how these younger guys who maybe throughout the season won't get as many snaps as they want, but this is a great opportunity for them in a game like this to come out and show what they can do for this team.
Wyatt Hale also out there on the line. Sam Gunther, 5'6" sophomore in the secondary. Pratt will look quickly right side to Crooks. Waits for his block to set up. Now cuts it back. Pretty nice game there. 11 yards and another fresh set of downs.
Iola starting to kind of stretch the field east-west. A couple of screen plays to wide receivers out wide.
Number 7, Braxton Heck.
Starting to move the ball down the field here in the 4th.
Braxton Heck was in on that stop.
Looks like a new quarterback is warming up on the sideline for the Bulldogs. Looks like number 13, that's freshman Cooper Bradley.
Cooper Bradley, yeah. Let's see him on this upcoming possession, it looks like. Gain of about 5 there for Iola. Under 4 minutes to play. Wow. This time Loving's going to take the jet sweep. Come out near side, gets drugged down by Miles Massey. He had a touchdown reception in the first half.
That's a great tackle by Miles. Definitely the smaller, maybe they're around the same size. The pad, but Loving has ran very physically this game, and he's got a couple broken tackles with that stiff arm. So for Miles to kind of fight through that and able to get him down close to the line of scrimmage, that's pretty good.
3 minutes to play now. Pratt looks right side, finds Crooks again out on the perimeter, has a nice block out there and gets shoved out of bounds by Braden Hirschman. And a little bit too late, perhaps, as a late flag gets thrown.
I don't know. I thought I saw Crooks throw something at him.
Okay, maybe yeah, Crooks looks a little bit upset over on that sideline. I think this might be a losing your cool penalty.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit upset that how late Hirschman kind of hit him. But it is a personal foul penalty on Crooks. He's getting an earful over there on far sideline.
That's just got to be one of those things where despite the scoreboard, despite how the game has gone, you just got to keep your cool and play your game. Because little stuff like that matters. I mean, you won't think about it, but if you lose your cool early in the season, that could set up bad habits for later on in the season where maybe in a closer game you might lose your cool and
could cost you.
Yeah.
Yep. Pratt going to find his receiver out here left side. That's Jace Herman, Jr.
It's going to be a holding call up here on the near side of the field. Miles Massey, I think it was shedding a block, beat the receiver, and last-ditch effort, try to hold him back, and 2 referees saw it. It looks like Iola's just going to keep going backwards here.
She mentioned number 30, Tice Engeman, 5'7" freshman, is also out there on the field. Checking in, 57, Hayden Hostetler, 5'9" freshman. And a lot of youngsters, some reps. And that is the one of the things about a good program, Jackson, is some of these blowout games, you get some youngsters some snaps and get them comfortable at the varsity level, and that's how a program can sustain success. Pratt going to drop back to throw, dump it off short. Right side around the hash marks. That was tackled by Braxton Heck. 50 seconds left, and they have dumped the water on head coach Jeff Melcher. He is going to be 1-0 in his career. As Baldwin's celebrating a little bit prematurely here. A timeout gets called, but there's still 35 seconds left on the clock here, boys. They're all running out of off the field, seeing that their teammates kind of dumped the water bucket on head coach Melcher. Yeah, and the rest of the Baldwin assistants are, I would say, not very happy right now. One-way conversation going on.
That's one of those things where I'm glad I'm not on the sideline because from up here, I mean, it is so great to see
it's a lot of fun.
The emotion and the celebration. And the coaches too, they love to see that, but they also realize that we still got a job to do. 35 seconds left or up 46, it doesn't matter. We still got a job.
That's why I love
about
that
example.
Football coaches, though, dude. It's like you can be up by 100.
Yeah.
You do one wrong thing.
You've seen those clips of Nick Saban, and they're up 40, and he's losing his mind.
Every single down counts. Yeah. Pratt gonna be hit hard that time by Jackson Wheeler.
Yeah, but
incomplete on the back end. Go ahead.
Like we were saying, it's fun to see these kids be as happy and emotional as they are, because it means a lot, not only to these guys but to the people who come out every day, the community.
Let's just be honest, Jackson. It's been a tough couple of years for this program, and to get a big win like this on week 1, a new head coach in town, and this is going to be a lot of fun this season. And that's going to do it. On the tackle that time was Knox Holloman. Baldwin's going to be 1-0 to start this fresh season. A 46-0 blowout victory. And there are some celebrations on the field, and rightfully so. Great performance from the Dogs here in week 1. We will step aside and come back with our Player of the Game award. This has been Bulldog Football on Baldwin Sports Live.
New charges related to insurance fraud and theft.
Ripping off about 90 homeowners. Stewart ripped him off.
The roofing industry is rough these days. Hometown Construction is Baldwin City's very own hometown solution for roofing and siding needs. We know there's more important things than just money. We give detailed estimates and on-site supervision during all projects. We focus on one job at a time so that you have our undivided attention. Contact us today. Go Bulldogs!
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has been proudly serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 33 states while producing over $1 billion in annual sales. Shad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Shad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Hounds Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being a part of the community in which we serve. Our roots run deep within Baldwin City, and our commitment is deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we are here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for 131 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to building your dream home, quality matters. For residential or commercial, Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry brings precision, passion, and Baldwin City pride to every project. They specialize in complete home builds and custom cabinetry to help your dream space become a reality. For a free quote, call 785-248-0698 and follow them on Facebook to check out their latest projects. Jetmore Construction and Cabinetry. Built local, built right, built for Baldwin City.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Back here to Liston Stadium, a 46-0 Bulldog victory to open up this new football season. This is the Hometown Construction postgame show. Hometown Construction, they're bringing trust back to the roofing and exterior businesses. No more corner cutting, just real craftsmanship and real-world experience for the most lasting results. Call Hometown Construction today for your free estimate and experience the breath of fresh air they bring. Hometown Construction, where hometown service meets peace of mind. Time now to hand out our Player of the Game award. Jackson, I'll let you take over here. I think we have to give it to Bryce Alford, but a lot of great performances. Our Farm Bureau Financial Services Player of the Game. Officially, we're going to give it to the quarterback, Bryce Alford. 6 total touchdowns, 3 on the ground, 3 through the air, 1 to Collin, 1 to Root, and 1 to Miles Massey. Talk a little bit about his performance and some of the other guys that impressed you here tonight.
I mean, he was impressive from the first snap all the way to the end. He got it done through the air with his arm. Deep ball to Miles Massey, as we mentioned, a high point to Collin in the back corner of the end zone, and just a beautiful thrown ball to Jackson Root. A couple broken tackles. He was able to break away for a big touchdown. And of course, on the ground, is being able to make moves in space. If you're a hard person to tackle, you're going to be pretty successful, and he showed that today. And yeah, he is more than well deserving of this Player of the Game. Someone else who we also definitely thought about was a great game from Jackson Root.
Yep.
You know, we mentioned he started off without 1 drop, but immediately the next play after, big play touchdown, and then an interception and a fumble recovery. We talked about it. The Bulldogs, every single player who was on the field, they played great today. They were in sync. They were playing together. It was really fun to watch.
Absolutely. It'd be hard to find somebody that didn't have a great game tonight. So a really fun way to start this new season. 46-0. The Bulldogs win it. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the final drive summary and some stats, and then we'll wrap this thing up from Liston Stadium. This is the Hometown Construction postgame show. We'll be back with more after this.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you prepare for the unexpected and protect your future. With customized insurance plans and comprehensive financial planning, Kelly and his team will help increase your confidence in your overall financial well-being. Come meet the team at their new office in downtown Baldwin City at 714 8th Street, or give them a call at 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Charlie was born at LMH. We had a great team of nurses. Not only did they check in on us regularly, they always asked if we had questions, always made sure that we understood what was going on. I cannot say enough wonderful things about the labor and delivery, family birthing, and mother baby care team at LMH Health. We had to put our entire trust into their hands, and just everyone was so friendly and so supportive.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Back here to Baldwin, we are in the post-game show presented to us by Hometown Construction. Time now to take a look at our drive summary for Baldwin. They scored on every single drive they had. Like I said, if you take out that two-play drive right before the half, they're just running out the clock. Their first drive was a six-play touchdown drive. Alford ran that in. The extra point was no good. Their second drive, an eight-play touchdown drive, finished off for a pass from Alford to Collum. The third touchdown was a three-play drive. Alford found Jackson Rood, and he made a great couple of moves, broke a couple of tackles, wound up in the end zone. The next one was another three-play touchdown drive. Alford to Miles Massey on that broken coverage. And then the final touchdown of the first half was a touchdown run from Creighton Frost. And 11 first-half first downs for Baldwin. They were 1 of 1 on third down conversions. Did not face a fourth down, and they only faced one third down in the second half, and they were 1 of 1 on that conversion as well. They didn't have a fourth down all game, Jackson.
No,
I mean,
third downs.
That's insane. Yeah, 2 third downs, 2 for 2 on third down.
It just shows you how good this team played today.
Yeah.
How just in sync they were.
I mentioned 11 first downs in the first half. They had 6 first downs in the second half. Not as many possessions, only 2 possessions in the second half. But Alford with touchdown runs on both of those second half drives to make it 6 total touchdowns for him on the night, 3 through the air and 3 on the ground. For Iola in the first half, they were held to 3 punts, a turnover on downs, and a fumble. They only amassed 3 first downs in that first half, when 1 of 6 on third down conversions, 1 of 2 on fourth down conversions, and in the second half, only got 3 first downs as well. They did convert 1 of 2 fourth downs and were 0 for 4 on third down conversions. And their 3 drives in the second half, a turnover on downs, an interception by Jackson Rood, who Jackson mentioned had another great game. He had a touchdown reception, an interception, and a fumble recovery. That's kind of the trifecta right there, if you can do that. So a great game overall. The Bulldogs win this thing 46-0, and they improve to 1-0 on the young season, and they will take on the Ottawa Cyclones at home next week. Jackson talked a little bit about that off the air here. Before we came back on, that's going to be a tough game next week, Jackson, as the Cyclones got a good player in Nate Sims come to town.
They got some great playmakers, and it all starts with him. He had a kickoff return last year against
I remember that.
On a reverse. So that's going to be a tough game. Ottawa's a great team, a great program here in 4A, so it'll be fun to see how we carry our momentum in such a great game like this, and now we're going against a great program like Ottawa. The thing is, the one advantage we will have, it is a home game.
Yep.
And especially after a game like this, you're going to see even more of the community come out, I bet.
Oh, absolutely.
Because as much as the stands were filled out on this side, there could have been a lot more, and word's going to start spreading this week It's the homecoming game. It's Ottawa. There's bad blood from basketball the last couple of years. So this is going to be a fun game to watch. And two good teams that look like
fired up already, Jay.
Oh, man,
Got to wait a week for that?
I got chills right now.
All right, so that is next up on the upcoming schedule. We'll take on the Cyclones next week. Our next game on the channel here will be a volleyball match on Tuesday against Osawatomie. So we will be inside the doghouse bringing you that volleyball match on Tuesday. So for my partner, Jackson Blakely, I'm Ryan Hilmer signing off from Baldwin City tonight. Hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Got one more thing to say?
I don't know if we did this.
Okay.
But I would like to congratulate Coach Melcher on his
Absolutely.
first career win as a head coach.
Talked
here at
about it
Baldwin.
a little bit when they doused him on the sideline there with the water bucket. So absolutely congratulations to Coach Melcher on win number 1 and hopefully the first of many as we continue on this season on Baldwin Sports Live. So we'll go ahead and get out of here. We'll see you on Tuesday as we'll bring you the volleyball match against Osawatomie. Have a great night, everyone. See you next time on Baldwin Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.